Hey there guys, how are you today, and welcome to another episode of F1 2010 Career Mode. Today for the Singapore Grand Prix. I really hope you've been enjoying the series and you've been enjoying the previous episodes, but now let's go to Marina Bay for the 2010 Singapore Grand Prix.
Good work, mate. We're through the next session.
So there are results for Q1. Basically, it was a very wet to dry session. I was the only one set a dry time, which is why I was so fast. And now, let's go to Q2.
Great job. We're through to the shootout.
And yeah, P7. Lovely. It was a dry session completely. Everyone set dry times. I wasn't the fastest, nowhere near. Not too bad. P7. Time for Q3. So about to start our fastest lap here in the Q3. About now to come across the start-finish line to start our lap here today. Only a few minutes left in the session, but we will have time for a couple of laps if we need, but I want to do it in one. There you go, going around the first few corners, quite neat and tidy, but we go a bit wide there out of the exit of what, turn 3 is it? I'm not sure. We're now coming down towards the next corner, a right-hander, a very important corner because it's a long straight after. Right, we go slightly wide there, but not too bad. And now we have to put the power down, put on the beans. And we're going to now come to the Sector 1, Sector 2 split here on our lap. Braking there, quite wide actually, not too good. Lost a bit of time there. But I think we're doing alright. Now for a hairpin car in the corner, we negotiate that quite well. And we're making good progress here today. And now we're coming onto a straight, and the next corner is the Singapore Sling. Alcohol as well, as I'm sure you know. It's a cocktail or something like that, where we negotiate that quite nicely. Don't go over the curbs too much, where we ride them there. And we're now coming down to a hairpin, which is definitely an overtaking opportunity in the race, so it is pretty tight. And now we put on the power, put on the beans, to get to the Sector 2, Sector 3 split. Braking now for another tight corner. Obviously Singapore night race, always a classic F1 track in my opinion, a classic modern F1 track to be precise. I love it. We go a bit wide there, hit the wall, but no damage done, thankfully. Now we're going under the hotel now, under the bridge, which is lovely. And now we've got a few more corners here in Singapore. We're only 3 more minutes in the session, so we'll be fine to complete this lap. It could have been better, but it's been a ride. We're going to come around the final couple of corners, go a bit wide, as always. P6.
This session, the boss is pretty pleased with you right now.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's the end of the session. Good job. You'll be starting in 6th tomorrow.
P6, not too bad at all. Of course, we beat both Ferraris there and Schumacher, which is pretty cool. Time for the race. So, Hamilton is on pole, Webber alongside. There I am in P6, Rosberg in P18. And my teammate is Senna in P22. So the lights are now coming on here in Singapore. We can actually see them this time, which makes a big change. It shows us we're going to do well. Coming on. And here we go. Decent start there, no wheel spin at all. And we're keeping up with the cars ahead, just once. We're going to go into turn 1, in between Vettel and Petrov. With Button and Webber fighting out there. Button goes very wide, almost into that wall. And now we have some wheel-to-wheel contact there with Mark Webber, but it's okay. And we're going to actually have a look around the outside of Mark Webber going into this turn. Go very, very wide, we get a good exit. And we get a position from the Red Bull. We're now in P2. Hamilton is running away with this race at the moment. But I don't know, and then we get hit up the backside by Mark Webber there. Not sure what happened there. But you know what? Not my fault, I don't care. I'm in P2. That would be awesome if I can finish here. Also, I am going to try and give chase to Lewis Hamilton, but he might be unbeatable today. He often can be in the McLaren. We'll see how we do though. Here we are though, on lap 3. This is our end lap. And yeah, you can see we are in first place at the moment because obviously Hamilton is pitted. And we're not doing what we often do in other races, which create a massive traffic jam behind us. We have got Button quite close behind us, but he is Jensen Button. He should be, you know, he is quite hard to beat. And Vettel just a bit behind him, but there's not a massive train behind us. No Formula Motorsport train here. So I'm pretty happy overall. And now we're going to come in for our pit stop. Tricky pit entry here, to be honest, guys. But I think if I get a good pit stop, I'm going to buy my pit crew a Singapore Sling cocktail.
Go now.
5.1 seconds, that's ridiculous. But it looks like we are going to be coming out in P8. We're going to just get ahead there of Remy, with it behind Nagashari. You're obviously now, I'm in P8, which is giving me some points, and obviously there's a few cars ahead that I still need to pit, such as Nagashari, so I don't need to go crazy aggressive trying to overtake Nagashari. I go a bit wide there because of cold tyres, but I know I've got the pace over to Toro Rosso, but I'm not going to push too hard to overtake at this stage. I'm not going to make some really crazy moves and risk crashing out or causing damage. But we haven't really caught right up to Nagashari. He's obviously got very old tyres on at the moment, and he is leaving a space there to overtake, to be honest. But I just want to be so careful as now we head down towards the Singapore Sling. Certainly not a place to do an overtake. That would be awful. No, he has a bit of a wide moment there. He kind of loses control a bit, getting very slowly into heaven. I'm going to dive up the inside, squeeze him out a bit, and get into P7. What a move there, guys. What a move. Now, Nico Hulkenberg is the next car ahead of us. Hopefully I can overtake Hulkenberg. I'm not sure how easy that's going to be, but I reckon he might pit before I catch up to him. And as I said, while I'm guaranteed to get some points, I don't want to be pushing too hard. I think that wouldn't be very sensible, to be honest, guys. You can see a couple of cars there went in the pit lane. Hulkenberg didn't, to be fair. But we're going to now gain some places. I would have thought we're going to gain, I think, 2 places at least. And, at least gain some time. Gain some positions over the AI. We're in P5 now. But we know Hulkenberg hasn't pitted yet. We come out just ahead of Kamui Kobayashi there. And now, later on lap 5, we're caught up to Sebastian Vettel ahead of us. And, the Red Bull seems to be struggling here today. I don't know why he's struggling so much. But I'm really able to race him, and I've been able to catch up to him as well. And look at that, we're right on him here. And I reckon we're not too far away from making a move. We do hit the wall there. Maybe a bit in the dirty air, lose a bit of control. But we are sticking right with Sebastian Vettel here. We should have the fastest car in the game. He's going a bit defensive into this corner, which is going to really ruin this exit. I wasn't able to put the power down straight away because he was in the way. Kind of defensive driving there, but the German driver. We're going to go around the outside though here at the end, last corner. So we're going to lap 6, we get in to P4. The Vettel comes flying past us, someone's in the pit there as well. We overtake him around the outside now to get into P3, which would be good enough for us to have a podium. If I finish here, you won't hear me complaining. Petrov is just up the road. We're going to have to see there if we can catch him up or not. And now we're going to skip 6 laps to the final lap, lap 12. And we've lost a lot of time to Petrov. I haven't been pushing too hard because I'm pretty happy with P3, to be honest. Jenson Button has won this race from McLaren, so a British winner, that's always nice to see. But you know what, if I can be P3, just don't make any mistakes in this final sector. With 15 points for me and the team, be pretty good. A lot of the big guys seem to be struggling today. There's Petrov and me on the podium. But overall this should be a great result. We can come around now the final couple of corners. We are going a bit wide, but we're going to come home in P3.
That's you on the 3rd step of the podium. Well done. Good race.
I would say that was done brilliant. P3 in the HRT from P6. Not too bad at all. We had some good moves on Nagashari and also at the start of the race. I could have pushed more at the end, but I didn't want to risk it. Hamilton, Alonso and Webber all had poor races. And Rosberg, my rival as well. So overall, a great weekend. Driver standings are in P9. which is pretty good. I want to be in P10 this season, and at least in the top 10, and we're quite far ahead of Petrov, so that's looking pretty good. Webber leads from Alonso and Hamilton. All those three drivers had poor races, with race winner Jensen Button only in P7, probably out and running. Constructors wise, we're in P5, still ahead of Renault, who are our main rivals at the moment, I would say, and Force India and Toro Rosso too. Be great to finish the season in P5.
You're leaving here this weekend with 15 points in the bag. You and the team must be pleased with how things played out.
Yeah, of course we're pleased with how things played out. Of course we want to be winning, ideally. But P3 for me in Singapore is pretty good.
Fantastic third place finish for you today, one which will surely draw attention to you from the stronger teams. Are you expecting much interest from them for next season?
Well, I'd hope so. I do want to move.
There's always a lot of gossip floating around in the paddock, as you know. Currently there's talk of you moving teams next season. Is this something you would care to elaborate on?
Well, I wouldn't mind moving teams, but the car seems okay for now.
Hey, great one. We've had a few contract offers come in. You're doing really well. If you want to have a look, they're on the laptop.
Just looking at our contract offers, still only from Lotus and HRT. So, not ideal. We want to be getting Toro Rosso or Sauber, or BMW Sauber, sorry. Or one of those teams. But we'll have to see how that goes. Obviously, we are coming towards the end of the season now. But I think we are making quite good progress in this career, some good results. So yeah guys, that was Singapore Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And I'll see you guys next time in Suzuka for the 2010 Japanese Grand Prix.